Hi, sweet. It is 12:26 on Christmas Day 2020. I hope you're good, Bubba. I don't know what you're up to. I hope you're... I'd love you to be in Canada. That would be awesome. I'm on my second walk. I've decided to head home. Well, not home, but back to where I'm staying at around 4 o'clock this afternoon, because it's even in this forest that I'm in now, the temperatures are just too cold. There's still water frozen and things. So it is, so I was driving to a place called Windcombe, which reminds me of my Auntie Diana, because I think she lived in a place in Australia called Windcombe. I have some Christmas cards, so I might sit there in the car and write her a Christmas card there and then post it during the week to 17 Terrymont Avenue from memory. So I was just driving there and I saw one of the forests that I mentioned. I thought I'd pop in and have a walk. So they grow pine, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's pine trees. And I can see a bit in front of me now where they've forested it and there's new bits coming up and they look like Christmas trees. And the bit that I'm in at the moment, they're very tall, so I suppose they'll be logs soon. But I guess what makes them great is they're very straight. Very, very straight. So it's very good for making floorboards and bunk beds and chairs and all those kind of things. So do I go left or right here? What do you think? I think I might go right, up the hill a little bit. So yeah, my first walk, once the ice didn't actually melt, so I just sort of took off. Maybe I'll go up here. I didn't drive very far, just down a hill, round a corner, up a hill. And it looked like it would be a really nice walking spot there. So I went there and I think it was probably a 2-hour walk, maybe a bit longer. Absolutely beautiful, Bubba. Different to the other walks. Less glamorous, let's say, to use a Hillary neighbour word. It was more rustic. But at the bottom was a very beautiful stream. Really beautiful. I've taken some photos. So when you find these messages, you'll be able to look for the photos too that match. 25th of December 2020. Yeah. So I'm walking through this forest bit, and on the left is small size ones, which do look exactly like Christmas trees. Very pretty. So my sweet, how you doing? How's your Christmas day? Are you around some godly people? Some darn right evil who don't really know they're evil, but they're just evil people. I really hope you're around some godly people, Bubba. I doubt it though. I was just I don't think Mama can stand godly people. I reread that passage in Matthew about the when Jesus pulled the spirits out of those two men. And do you know what happened is when the men went into town and told the people and how excited they were, do you know what they did to Jesus? They chased him out of town. So they healed these men. They healed men that were terrifying this village. Nobody would cross this way because they were so violent and vulgar and deadly. And when they went into the town to tell them, look, the demons were taken out of us. They couldn't stand the goodness. So they asked Christ to leave. They chased him out of town. I just read that just before when I was having some oranges. Aren't things funny, Bubba? It's just, I know what it was like. I certainly didn't understand Christians. I didn't know about Christ. And maybe I probably did participate in things like that. For example, once in Newcastle in Australia, where I was at university, there was this lady that came to visit called Pauline Hanson. And she was about, doing things right, not having high rates of migration, being proud of Australian values, those kind of things. She, and do you know what I organised? I organised with some other people a big music event when she came into town called the Cultural Stomp, which was designed to make it so loud that people couldn't hear her talk. So I guess I have done the same. I believe she's a Christian. I don't know if she was at the time. She may have grown up in a Christian household or known, but I believe she's a Christian now. But yeah, that's just one example. I'm sure there's loads of others in my own life. It's funny when you stop and think about it for a moment. And all she was asking, very reasonable request. But when you're away from God and with Satan, with the deceiver, you think anything is problematic. Anything that is godly, conservative, small c, conservative, you think those things are wrong and must be run away. What you want when you're in that fallen state is total liberalism, where anything goes. There's no moral compass. The only moral compass is that everything is okay. Even if you know at the time it just doesn't sit right, feel right. Still you do it. That's what you believe in when you're away from God. And that's why our civilization is upside down. Because now, increasingly so, because we have turned the truth of the Bible, of life, of reality, upside down, and the people that did say, hey, that's upside down, were chased out of town. And I did it too. I definitely did it with this lady, Pauline Hanson. And I probably did it with other people as well, if I can take a moment to think about it. So it's all understandable. What amazes me when I see these news stories and when people talk about things is how very much there's a pattern